Hi guys, welcome back to the Theory Lab. Now, we're going to talk today about something called relative minor. Okay. Now, there's a whole bunch of ways to work out minor keys, and to make sure that we only have to learn one little piece of theory, which is the major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, that formula on a major scale, we can use a little trick called relative minor to work out immediately exactly the same principle for minor keys. So just to really explain why we're doing this, because sometimes that's the hardest thing, isn't it, with theory? Why are we doing this? It's like being back in maths class in, kind of year 8 or whatever. You're just sitting there going, why? Why do I need to know this? Okay, so I'm going to tell you why you need to know this. Now, imagine you're coming across a key that's in minor. Okay, so you've worked out that the chords you're playing now in this song, they're going like this. So, you're thinking, this is all minor sounding now. I don't know it. I only know the major theory. But the good news is that we can just take the major theory, put it on a little spin, and we can apply it all to minor. So I'll quickly be able to go, okay, well, I know how to create a minor key, so I know that all these chords are in the key of A minor, for example. And equally, vice versa, if I'm writing a song and I specifically want to write in a minor key rather than major, so I want to write a song that's maybe a little bit darker perhaps. Something along those lines maybe. Then we can use this theory to work it out. And the really good news is, the really cool thing is you need to know nothing more than the information we've already got. We just need to edit it one tiny little bit. And I'm going to show you how we do that now on the amazing chalkboard. So here we go. Let's come back to the major first. Okay, let's just go from there and then work from that. Okay, so I'm going to put us in the key of C major to start with. So let's come back to harmonizing our C major scale. So first things first, we obviously need the C major scale, right? So let's go for it. So we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, and above here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And of course, this is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and then back to major again, of course, at the end. Okay? So I'm just going to pop that with dots there again, just so we can see that it is the start again of something else. Okay? Now this is our harmonized C major scale, which gives us all the chords of C major. So we've got a D minor chord, an E minor chord, an F major chord, G major chord, and so on. Okay? Now then, here's the cool thing. To make this minor, to suddenly go from this technique to working out a minor key or a minor scale, we need to find something called the relative minor. Okay? Now, further on down the line, we're just going to simply call this a mode. Okay? But I don't want to get into that yet. We will be going through that a little further down the line. At this point of your studies and your kind of improvement on the guitar, I just simply call it a relative minor, because every major key has a relative minor. Okay? So we found this in the guitar skills section when looking at the pentatonics. We looked at the scales and we went like this. We said, well, I've got this one pentatonic scale which goes like this. And depending on where I start it from, whether I start it on the root note here or this root note, can this be a minor pentatonic or a major pentatonic? Okay? And this is exactly the theory we're looking at here, but on paper now, okay? Or on chalkboard, I should say. So the relative minor is the 6, okay? So in this case, the A minor, okay? Now, essentially, the relative minor is, if we work backwards from there's the C, we go back one semitone and a tone. So let's just do that here. So this is a semitone, and this is a tone. So 3 steps, let's call it, from C back to the 6 gives us the relative minor, okay? So what I mean by that is that the key of A minor is identical to the key of C major, except it starts on A, okay? Simple as that. So my A minor key my scale or my harmonized scale, my chords will go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. And the chords will be A minor, B diminished, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, and then back to A minor, okay? So the reason we call it a relative minor is because they're related, they're the same, okay? They're slightly more than a relative, they're a twin. Let's call it that, shall we? The twin minor, but of course it's called relative, stick with that. And all you got to remember is that to do the C major, the major, you start on the 1 and go forward. To do the minor, you start on the 6 and go forward from there. So let's just do that. Let's imagine the A is the 1. Okay, so it's the 6 really. So in brackets, I'm going to put 6, but I'm putting it at position 1. And then we're going to go B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Okay, so 6, 7, 1, 2, in brackets 3, 4, 5, oh, got a little close there, and then back to 6, okay? But because of the order I've now put them in, starting from A and ending on A, this has now become an A minor scale, okay? So we have had to do nothing new beyond start from the 6 and go forward. Now the chords go with them, so this is an A minor, because the 6 is always a minor, the 7 is always a diminished, the 1 is major, the 2 is minor, the 3 is minor, the 4 is major, the 5 is major, and the 6 is minor, of course. So our A minor key, A minor scale, is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, or A minor, B diminished, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, which is identical to the C major key, but we're just starting and finishing on A, okay? Now, does that make sense? How does that fit in your mind? Let's try and make it practical by doing it on the guitar, okay? So let's take, for example, the chords of the C major, okay? So all of these chords, we're now going to put them on the guitar, okay? So we're going to go C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, which is fiddly, and then C major, okay? All in bar chords. Now, I'm going to do those same chords, but I'm going to start from A minor. So I'm going to start with the open A minor here. So A minor, okay, B diminished, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, and A minor, okay? And now the A minor is the start and the end, but the chords are identical. Okay, so when you're learning a song, you're listening to a song, and you're saying, oh, you know, this song goes, it goes from C to A minor to D minor to G. I'd probably say that's in the key of C major, because you're starting and ending on C. There is an A minor in it, there's a D minor in it, but fundamentally it starts and ends on C. So that's in the key of C major. However, what if the song went like this? Now, in this song, I've got A minor, C, and E minor, all chords within the C major, but because I start and end on A minor, it really makes that sound like it's the tonal center. It makes the A minor sound like it's the resolve, and therefore, I'm going to say that I'm in the key of A minor, okay? So, I know this is somewhat mind-boggling, okay? But I'm going to set you some homework, some very casual homework, okay? I want you to go to the key of D major, okay, and tell me what the relative minor is, okay, the relative minor, and then draw it out like this. And in the next lesson, we're going to do exactly that, but you need to try it first for yourself.